Okay, let's talk about business pages. So who has a business page, first of all, just so we know? Yeah, I know you do, Maxine.
Oh,
Okay.
yes.
Hi, Cheryl. Have you got a business page?
Hi. No.
Okay. So as those of you who've got business pages, is it working for you?
When you say business page, is it like the group that you invite people to, like your one? No. Okay.
No, so that's a group. A business page is a page that is attached to your Facebook profile, but it's just a page.
Okay, like mine and Gail's Soul Balance?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So now, tell me why you created the business page? Why did you create it? For those of you who've got it.
So for me, it was to advertise in cold markets. That's primarily what I'm using mine for.
Okay. Yep. What about you, Sarah and Kieran?
Cold market. Need to put an advert up yet, but yeah, cold market for Juice Plus, basically.
Jobs. So advertising for jobs. Yeah. What about you, Sarah?
That'll be the same with me and Gail as well. Yeah.
Okay. So I know you haven't got your ad up yet, Kieran, but so Sarah and Maxine, I mean, I know it's working for you, Maxine. Sarah, is it working for you, honey?
It's not working for me and Gail, no.
Okay. So when you say it's not working, what are you getting?
Well, we're not actually getting any likes on there to start with. I went on there just yesterday to have a look. I think we might have possibly got about 3 new likes this week. But it went quite a while there that we weren't getting anything.
Okay. Have you got an ad going out on there for a job?
I know Gail has done one, and I think I did. I'm just looking on my phone now. I think I did one just the other day, actually. Yep, I did one just the other day.
Okay, yep. So are you getting people, are you getting applicants applying for the jobs?
No.
None?
No.
Okay. Okay, so I think what's really, really important is when you're putting an ad out, when somebody sees that ad, they go to your business page. So what you want to do is you want to make sure that you've got really good content on your business page. And I'm not saying that you have to post on there every day. I don't post on there every day. So what I use my business page for, because I'm getting regular people, regular applicants coming in. Like every day I've got applicants coming in from that page, and that's what you should be getting from it. So when you create a business page, you want to make sure that it's reflecting who you are and who it is that you want to attract. So think about, and it's, you know, and you don't have to spend ages looking for a name. I mean, you know, I suggest the first thing, the most important thing that you do is you think about what your values are and who is your tribe that you want to attract. So what do they look like? How old are they? What are they into? What are their values? So where would they hang out? What things would they enjoy? What would they love to see on Facebook? You know, like what are the posts that you would love that they would really be attracted to? So think about all those things. And when you know who it is that you're really wanting to attract, and then what you can do is create a name from that. And I would suggest using, so your values, what means the most to you. So for me, I'm really spiritual. So for me, that was my thing. My thing was all about that soul-driven growth. You know, it's all about growth and passion and all that kind of stuff. So I just used words that really resonated with me, and I wrote those words down, and then I kind of put them together, kind of worked with them and kind of put them all together and kind of came up with Ignite Your Soul. So so really it doesn't have to take you forever, but it's definitely got to reflect who you are as a person, what your values are, and what it is you want to put out in the world, because you want to attract those people to you, those people who are like you, right? You want to attract people like you. So Kath, you would be the same, honey. You would, you know, for you it's all about, you know, soul first, right? You're very spiritual, but you know, you're also a healer, right? So you would want to be looking at what is it that do you want people the same as you? You want, you know, spiritual people who are healers, or, you know, holistic healers or whatever, you know, and so yeah.
Well, I've got a page actually, Holistic Healing by Cass page.
Great. And do you
use it for a while?
So do you use that for your Juice Plus as well? You combine it?
Well, I've put yes, I do. Yes, I've actually put my website on there.
Yeah.
So they got direct access to that. And also, the ads that I just post on the normal Facebook, sometimes I put on there as well. Sometimes I try and do it a bit differently, you know.
Yeah, I think that's key, Kath. I think what you're saying there is key. We really have to look at our personal page and our business page as two completely different things. You can't be putting the same stuff on there. So with your business page, what you want to do is, you know, obviously your profile, your personal profile page is about you. It's about you personally as a person, and all the people who you're friends with are your warm market. They know who you are. You've already built rapport with them. They trust you, right? With your business page, you are a face, and people don't know who you are. So I think it's really important, and you know, obviously with our business, it's so important to be building relationships with people. So we really want to be a little bit vulnerable on our business page. We still want to be professional, but we also want to be a little bit vulnerable so people can see who you are. So I think it's really important that you have some kind of live video on there, so on there permanently, and that's just saying who I am. Hey, I'm Kieran. I'm Be Authentic Mentoring, you know, whatever it is, and you can talk about your journey to get to Be Authentic Mentoring. You can talk about your journey to get you to your business page, or to get you to your business. This is who I am, and this is why I created this, and this is what I can offer you. That's what people want to know. They want to know who you are, what your business is, and how you can support them, what service you're offering them. Now, you don't have to go on there and say, and I sell Juice Plus, you know. In fact, you know, I recommend that you don't do that. What I do recommend is that you go with whatever your passion is. So what is your passion? For me, it's about supporting people to grow on a holistic level. For Kieran, it's what?
It's supporting people to grow on an authentic level, to dig through the dirt, the icky shit, and actually create a life that you want.
Yeah. And so how you can do that, how can you blend Juice Plus in with that, is that this supports you on a physical level, but it also because it's nurturing your immune system, it is actually supporting you on it's helping to balance your mood, your mental health as well, right?
Absolutely.
Right. Yeah. So find a way that you can bring the products in. So for you, Kath, what's yours all about? What's your business page about?
Well, I basically do it for my Reiki and my reflexology, and also, well, it's just helping people, isn't it, basically, with their health. You know. Yeah.
So it's supporting people again on a holistic level, isn't it? That's what you're doing, right? Yeah. So, and what about you, Maxine? What's your thing? What's Thrive Junkies? What is it you do? How do you support people?
Well, I'm still kind of in the process of trying to, you know, really focused on my brand and my direction. But I'm really, for me, if I'm honest, that it's the money. It's the women making money and being independent and not being beholden to other people, and you know, being completely disempowered by lack of money. Basically, that's what I'm very excited by. And at the moment, I'm sort of advertising the product. I need to actually I'm sort of trying to turn the story around to make that more about what I'm doing and what I want to promote. Yeah.
Yeah, I think when we start putting like posts of Juice Plus and the products and the program on our business page, and it's got nothing to do with our business page, we're totally going away from the whole purpose of it. The purpose is to draw people in so that they can get a snapshot of who you are and what your service is and what they can offer you. So if they see this Juice Plus post on this page that's like, I don't know, like that, they saw that on Ignite Your Soul, they'd be like, what's that? Okay, well, it's just another network marketing thing. So you want to really draw them in around what it is that your passion is, because most of us didn't get into this because we're passionate about Juice Plus, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I love the product. It's done amazing things for my health. I mean, it's saved my life basically, but that's not my first passion. You know, it's just a vehicle to help me
Exactly.
do what it is that I want to do to support people. So we've got to fine tune those posts to reflect who we are and what our values are and what we're showing to cold markets. So something that I do generally is I've looked at the 6 human needs, and I've done a post on all the 6 different human needs, because every one of us has these needs. We all need to do these. We all need to have these to feel supported, to feel like we belong, to feel happy, And so when somebody sees a post about, you know, one of the human needs, especially if it relates to them, they can go, oh, I totally get that. That's totally where I am. And so they'll want to know more about what you're doing, because they think, oh, she gets me. I know, this is what I want to do because she totally gets me. So do you guys know what the 6 human needs are?
No.
Is that like Maslow's hierarchy?
No, it's not. So no, that's physical. This is the emotional needs. So they are certainty. So certainty is like feeling like that you have security, that you are certain that things are going to, you know, that you feel secure, that you've got like a roof over your head, that you've got money coming in, that you have people supporting you, that everything is certain, that you have a routine every day, that you know that you're going to get up every day and there's going to be the same breakfast, and you're going to jump in your car and go to work to the same job, and that you're going to have the same income coming in every month. So that's what certainty is. It's knowing that you've got this routine and that you've got that security, really. And then there's uncertainty. So uncertainty means that you love the variety, the spontaneity, the adventure, the fun. You know, it's having something different that kind of throws things out of the balance, surprises, you know, things like that. So things, because with certainty, it's great, but it can get very boring. And so uncertainty is about bringing, did you say, Kieran? Boring, yeah. It's about bringing back the fun and the adventure and the spontaneity and the variety in your life. The next one is love and connection. Love and connection is about relationships. It's about feeling like you belong. It's like feeling like you're supported, you're loved. It's also wanting to love other people. So it's about, you know, so love and connection is my first human need. And so for me, it's really important. I love connecting with people. I love, you know, supporting people and helping people through. And so it's that real need to really want to connect with people, create a community, to feel like you belong to something, and to feel like you've got that love, so that your close relationships are really important to you, but so are other relationships, you know, the social. And then it's significance. So significance is the need to be recognised for your achievements, to be appreciated for who you are and for what you do. To be, so significance is when you are, you know, like when someone says to you, oh, well done, what you did was fantastic, you know, or thank you so much for that. You know, it's it's really feeling like that you're needed and you're wanted and you're appreciated by people. And then there's growth. Now, growth is self-explanatory. It's that need for us to grow, to develop ourselves, to be better than we were yesterday, to keep learning, to be like the lifetime student. And then we have the last one is contribution. So this is the need to give to the world, to be able to give back, to be generous, to feel like you're doing something that means something, that makes a huge difference, that creates an impact. I mean, that's a massive one for me too, contribution. So it's about feeling like you're really doing something that's helping someone, that's changing someone's life. So what you want to do is you want to create posts around that, around how your business can support those six needs. And you want to just do one. So you just do like one on certainty. And if you want to, go to my my page, my business page, and you'll see that I've done some like that. So think about how it is that this business has fulfilled that need for you, or is fulfilling that need for you, and put it in a post. And the other things that I post is I do things like anything around the business. So when I got my Rookie of the Year, or when we go to conference and we're all together, and I put that up because, again, that's about love and connection, that's about community, that's about being recognised. So anything that is going to cover these 6 human needs, that's to do with your business. So not about Juice Plus per se, but about your business. Pop those posts up, because that's what's really going to draw people in. Yeah, and then what you do with the ads is make sure that your ad, again, reflects who it is that you want to attract. So putting up a blanket kind of network marketing post is really not going to attract people. You want to think about, who do I want? So how would these people really love me to talk with them? So for me, and you've got to be careful with Facebook, because Facebook don't like it when you discriminate. So, you know, for me, I had up that I was looking for women.
Yes, I did the same, and it wouldn't accept. It
wouldn't accept it because it's discriminatory. And I know that Priska did something similar. She was looking for, you know, cultural. She was looking for women. What was the word that she was using was ethnicity or something. Ethnic women living outside of their country. And of course, she couldn't get it put up either. So you've just got to be careful with your wording. But I think I do have a template that you can use if you want, and then you can tweak it to put in what you need. Yeah, what your thing is, who you want to attract. So what is it that you're putting in there? What I found for me is I was putting up that I'm a social worker, and I've actually taken that off because I was getting so much flack about it, because there's this big thing at the moment around registration, that all social workers have to be registered. And of course, you can't just be qualified and have experience as a social worker. You actually have to be registered to say you're a social worker now, which is rubbish. But anyway, so just be careful. If you're going to put up something that's got credentials, I would just be careful and make sure that you've got all your legalities covered, because otherwise you get a lot of neck ferrets on there saying, well, what are you doing saying you're a social worker when you're not registered? Yeah. Other than that, I just get really, really positive feedback. I get a lot of people applying all the time. So anything else that you want to know about? Sorry?
That's interesting, because I don't get that. I always say I'm a registered nurse.
Yeah. Well, I've just found that I don't really need to put that anyway, Maxine. So just gauge it. If you don't really want to, I mean, I had a bit of a status thing when I first came into this business where I thought, well, I'm a social worker, I've got a degree. You know, why should I be doing something that's kind of network marketing? It's like really, so I had this big status thing. And now the whole status thing is like not even there, it's non-existent. I'm like, I'm so proud of what I do right now. I love what I do, and I'm proud that I can support people a lot better than what I could as a social worker. So I feel like I'm doing a lot more to help people than what I used to. So, you know, if you feel like you really have to put in your credentials, then do it. But honestly, I don't personally think you need to if you don't want to.
I actually think it's good. I'm glad I do it. And the thing is, I very rarely get any neg ferrets, and I think that's one of the reasons why.
I don't get any neg ferrets anymore either. Since I took it off.
I want to put that in because it's, you know, I'm a knowledge person and I'm a sciencey type person, and I you know, I that's my tribe probably. So, yeah. It is something I will leave in there. It seems to be working. So
yeah. Well, if it's working for you, then that's great. And if that's what you want to do, then that's fine. I'm not saying don't do it. I'm just going, go be authentic to yourself and do what feels right for you to do. So yeah. So I mean, do you have any other questions? Any questions around business pages, setting it up, how to make it work? Another thing I will say is that I never pay for ads. I paid for ads right in the beginning, and I found that I was getting less than what I'm getting now. So if you don't want to pay for ads, you don't have to. There's no need to worry.
So I'm doing this Facebook training at the moment with that woman that works with Juice Plus, and she's going to talk about boosting ads, and she said the thing about boosting ads is you really need to know what you're doing, otherwise you will waste money and you won't get any results. So after I've done that, I could share what she says, if you like.
That'd be great.
Yeah, because
I
think it can help if you, but it seems to me you just need to know what you're doing.
Yeah. Well, that's good to know.
But you're not allowed to post Juice Plus ads anyway, because we're not allowed to pay for advertising. No,
because it's putting other partners at at a disadvantage. That's why it's non-compliant.
I really agree with it. So I'm just sort of, I suppose I'm wondering what would you boost? What would you boost if you are going to boost something from your page anyway?
I don't boost anything, so I don't find that I need to. And I'll tell you something else I've had since I really, what I do find is I get the most most comments when I'm actually posting more vulnerable kind of posts, when I'm really putting a lot of love and connection into it. So when you're really talking about, when you're coming from your heart, people will like it more. And if you've got a photo up there of you, so make sure you've got a photo of yourself that you put posts up that show who you are, so people can see clearly who you are. Don't hide behind just generic posts, because people aren't going to see you. They're still going to want to know who you are. So I still think that's really important. You know, it used to work, but it doesn't work anymore. People really want to know who you are. So have you got any questions? No? Great. That means you guys are rocking it then. You'll do really well with your business pages. So but business pages, I mean, you know, some people say, oh, you don't need to, but honestly, I love them. I love them. So when we're looking at generating team, so obviously that's why we do our business page, right? Because we want to get team. We're putting our ads out. That is our cold market. So we have very specific, you want to be professional with your verbiage. So there is, in the Inviting Verbiage album, there is some cold market verbiage that you can use when people respond and want to know what you're doing. And I would make sure that you have a really good system around responding. So making sure that you're responding sooner rather than later. So generally what I do is I'll send a initial message off to someone when they show interest, or send an application. And then what I'll do is I'll put a follow-up for a week. And if I haven't heard from them in that time, then I'll send another message saying, are you still interested? Look, I'm setting up phone interviews for next week. Are you still interested in working online with us? And then I'll set the follow-up for another week. If they still haven't heard anything, I'll say to them, look, I'm actually going through the final stages of confirming my new team. Are you still interested in working online? If you're not, this is your last chance. And then I don't send them anymore. If somebody responds to me after the first ad, then I will respond to them and ask them what it is they're interested in. There's a message around that. And then when they respond back to that, I will pop them in, I'll send them a friend request, pop them into my group, and then I will follow up the next day. So you don't want to drag this out over a week. If they're actually in the group or they've been sent a link and they're watching it, you want to make sure that you follow up with them the next day. If they don't reply to you, then you can go to a week follow-up. So, you know, because I don't know, it's still about them applying for a job. And I don't know about you, but when I've applied for jobs and I haven't heard for like 2 weeks, I'm like, do I even want to work for this company if they can't even get back to me after 2 weeks? I mean, yeah. So we got to think about that. The longer you take to reply, the less professional it is. So with our warm markets and our hot markets, so you guys know what your warm market and your hot market is, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So, you know, your hot market is your closest friends, your closest family, the ones that know you really well. 99.9% of our closest friends and family are not going to either be team or customers. So just so you know that. Don't get your hopes up, because the ones that you think are going to support you don't support you. Except your son, Kath.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah. So I wouldn't get too worried about them. You know, they're the ones that you invite to your launch and they don't turn up. You know, it's just, don't get disheartened about it. It's just the way that this works. Your warm market, you're going to get more responses than anyone else. So with your warm market, they know who you are. You've already built a relationship with them. So you really don't need to be building a relationship like you do with cold markets. They already trust you and they know who you are. So you don't have to be quite so formal. You can be a little bit more chill, a little bit more relaxed. But I think the important thing is that you are asking lots of questions, because your warm market are going to come from your conversations with them. They're not going to come from your posts. What your posts are going to do, and I've discovered this the last few days, is you pop a post up, and if you've been talking to someone, if you've been having general conversation with someone, you'll put a post up. Next thing you get a message from them saying, oh, I want to know what you're doing. Tell me about what you're doing. But that's only because I've just been having a conversation with them. So the algorithms mean that they are seeing what you're posting. And you might have just touched on what you're doing, about how, you know, you've got this lifestyle that you're creating, that, you know, you've got this extra income coming in, maybe that you're feeling a lot better since you've been on the capsules, and, you know, they haven't really shown much interest. And then they respond to your, oh, tell me about what you're doing. I want to know about that. So that's happened a lot for me lately. So that's what your posts will do. Your posts are like a trigger or a reminder. Oh, that's right, we were talking about that. Or, oh, that looks really cool. I want to know more about that. Whereas if you weren't talking with them, they may just even scroll past it. That might not even show in their newsfeed. So the only way that you're going to get warm market team is by having conversations with them, by talking to them, by finding out what their pain is, what their pleasure is. And you don't have to, and, you know, please don't invite them on the first message. You know, have a conversation with them first, talk with them first, and then it kind of gets to the organic stage where you can go, okay, you know, they may have told you that they want to stay at home with their children. So you can say, look, you know, you told me that you wanted to stay at home with your children. I couldn't help but think of you and thought that this may be something that you might like to do. we've actually got an event on Saturday. Would you love to come and have a look at what I'm doing? It's okay if you don't. I totally understand it's not for everyone, but it just may be what you're looking for. It may just help you right now. So, you know, it's just finding those opportunities to be able to really invite them and thinking about that person and what their needs are. So I think that's the important thing. When I first started this business, I was just going out inviting everybody. I wasn't actually, and it might have worked for me for a little bit, but it's so much better now because I'm really building those relationships and I'm really learning about finding clues in conversation and going, oh, that's her pain right there, that's her pain. So how can I help you with this pain? How can I help this person with their pain?
Mind you, that's what Simon Chan tells you to do.
Oh, yeah, but he also says to make sure that you're only messaging people that you've already had conversations with. He does say that too, but I generally don't use his. I don't use his. Yeah, everybody is different, and you really have to gauge who everybody is. It's so true. This is such a relationship building business. You've really got to build a relationship with someone. It's so important. You've got to know who they are, what their pain is, what they're looking for. I mean, if they don't even talk about, if they just say how their life is really great and how they're really happy and they love their job and they're really healthy, like, you don't want to go, oh, would you like to have a look at what I'm doing? It might really help. Well, how is it going to help them when they seem to be perfectly happy, So it's about finding clues.
I'm yet to find somebody who's truly, truly happy that's not in our tribe.
Yeah. You have. Did you say you want to?
No, I said I'm yet to find somebody who says, I'm ecstatically happy with my life. Everything's like tickety-boo. I've got $1 million sitting in the bank. Money's coming in while I sleep. Everything else. Yeah, right. Okay.
True
Except
story.
for those in here who work in the angle. But
yeah, that's true. Everyone usually has some kind of pain. So yeah, that's true, Sarah. You do have to be authentic. It's really important that you're authentic. So yeah, I mean, that's really all I wanted to share tonight. And again, there's verbiage that you can use in the inviting verbiage in Soul Tribe with your warm markets as well around inviting them. Something that I use, that I do a lot, is I get a lot of customers that join the team, and so I make a thing about always inviting them. So when they first get their product, I invite them to have a look at, I just ask them, look, do you want to get paid on, would you love to get paid on your product? Just wanted to let you know. There's verbiage on that you can send out to them. I'll always invite them in their first month because they're going to get paid on that in their first month. And then again, if they say to me, oh, look, not right now, it's not the right time or whatever, and then I will go to the shipment month and I will invite them again. Look, I know it wasn't the right time for you, but especially if they're getting fantastic results. If they're a raving fan, if they're loving what they're getting. And I've had, like Tash, for example. I mean, Tash was a customer for a long time and she said no to me twice when I asked her. And then in the end, I asked her again because she kept bringing customers to me. And I said, look, honey, I'd rather you get paid for this. And in the end, she said, oh, okay, I'll look at it. And she ended up joining. So just because someone says no doesn't mean that it's going to be no all the time. It means that now it's not the right time for them. But I would still keep offering that opportunity, especially if they're referring customers to you. So anyone that's referring a customer to you, I will always say, look, do you know that you could get paid the commission on this? Thank you so much for that. Thank you so much for referring. But did you know you could get paid the commission on this? So a really good opportunity for them to create the income, because you'll be amazed how many people don't actually know there's a business behind this. And they might want to be able to create that extra income. Okay, so you're all going to rock and roll and get your business pages sorted, and you're going to have heaps of people applying for your jobs and heaps of three-way calls with me and Maxine.
Absolutely.
Well,
Right.
you know, to be honest, is Cheryl still here or is she gone?
Gone.
Oh, it doesn't matter anyway. That's how I got Karen. She actually bought some shakes off me because we kind of connected through a vegan group. And then because my personal profile says I'm the founder of Thrive Junkies, she went and had a look at Thrive Junkies, and then she came back to me and said, what's this business? You know, and now look at her, she's in and loving it and going for it. So that might not have happened if I hadn't had a business page. You have to create something for people to stalk, because they, you know, that connection might not happen otherwise.
Yeah. I mean, that's how I met Gail too. That's how Gail jumped on.
Yeah.
I think I've got my business page up, and you've just given me the information to like bridge the gap between JP and what I'm doing. I'm actually glad that I haven't put an advert up yet, because I've given myself a month where I've actually got posts up, and there are quite a few people that like those. So now I will be able to do the transition thing, especially with those human needs things, because it's relative to what we're doing. So yeah, I'm getting there. It's like you guys said, it's really getting crystal clear on who we are, what we're doing, our own visions, and then taking everything that we learn and customizing that to reflect us.
Yeah.
Sometimes it takes a while.
Yeah. That's okay.
Just saying.
Oh, it does. I'm still doing it. I'm still trying to figure it all out.
I'm thinking for you, Maxine, if you're really wanting to attract women that want to create wealth, then I'm thinking that junkies might be the wrong word. I don't know what anyone else thinks, but
I know. I've been thinking about that too.
I mean, Thrive's great.
Yay.
What was
Hey?
that?
Yay.
Yeah, I think maybe just change junkies, because it does make it sound like it's, you know, trashy. I know it's a great word, but it's not really doesn't give you visions of wealth and abundance, you know. Thrive does. Thrive's a good word.
I mean, it's just that's become such a word, though. I mean, that's the only reason I chose it, because a lot of women call themselves spirit junkies, soul junkies. Like it's not like it does have that other meaning. But yes, I've been wondering. And the other trouble with Thrive is that there's that fucking Thrive product on the market, and I have had a few people come to me and say, "Oh, my friend's lost all his weight on Thrive. Are you a Thrive?" So you know, I'm sort of wondering if even that's a good idea. You know.
Oh, okay. Right. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, because because what I'm talking about is also a health product. I have had a few people think it's that thing. So anyway, what do you think, Moni? What would you suggest?
I am sorry I never said anything before, but I had associated the junkies, but I see you as having quite a calm, informative demeanour, and I can't think of something to I can't think of words at the moment to reflect that. But you're like this Mother Nature, Mother Earth kind of character.
Yeah, she's very motherly, isn't she, Moni?
She is.
She's like Camp Mum.
So to be honest, that's also the thing that I'm trying to get away from, is that I don't want to have to breastfeed people and mother them anymore, you know?
No, your values are very much about supporting people
I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing, Maxine. I think you just want to, you want to bring in, hi Jensen.
Hello.
Hi. I think you want to bring in the richness of wealth, the abundance in there as well. So I think
it's good that we're having this conversation, because I've been thinking that I don't feel that the name is right, but I've been thinking, oh, here I go, I have to fucking, rebrand myself all over again. But anyway, it's early in the piece, so it doesn't really matter.
Can you please add bold, courageous, forthright to that? Because I have a completely different view of you.
Yes, well,
one of the things we talked about when we were first talking about this, Maxine, was your pioneering spirit, hey?
Pioneering.
I do love that about her, that she's not afraid to do something new, to carve a new path.
You are a trailblazer.
Yeah.
Please.
Trailblazer.
Yeah. Bold.
I do have a gun license.
Good, we'll call you. Okay, Annie Oakley.
You won't be needing that one, Maxine.
You are fierce in your determination.
Yeah.
And forthright in how you present stuff in a good way, which in essence you make us all lean in. Just saying, we lean in to listen to what you have to say. Just being authentically me there, Baroness, just keeping it real. So that's just what I see when I look at you.
So
yeah, and I wanted something, because I think I wanted something sort of powerful, which I think is where the Thrive Junkie came from. But and possibly I'm attracting a slightly older group that might not get that junkies thing, which is more of a young person's. Like, I think young people get that stuff.
But you get a lot of young people applying.
Well, I'm getting more good now that are much closer to what I want, and that's probably why I'm rethinking it. So,
So, Sarah, while we're talking about this, are you happy to be sharing your business page with Gail?
It's really hard, both of us working on it at the same time, though. That is the hard part. Because
the reason why I ask is because I'm thinking you're both two very different people.
Oh, we are very different. Yeah. I'll admit that, and Gail will probably agree there that we are very, very different. We've got very similar feelings. Like, we're both very strong with our Celtic side. We're both very strong with our spiritual side. But I think out of the two of us, and probably everybody here will agree, that I'm the out there one, I'm the in your face one, whereas Gail's more that, don't laugh at me, Karen, Gail's more the sit back and watch one. And yeah, I'm the extrovert. I've always been the extrovert. Gail was an extrovert when she was younger too, but yeah, in some respects now, and I'm really wanting to attract a lot of women who are of my age, going through the menopause change, needing support and help there, the ones that possibly have teenage kids, because I've got teenage kids. And Gail's been a stepmom, but yeah, she's in a different stage in her life now. I mean, there's 8 years difference between the two of us. So yeah, I don't know. It is a hard one, and I'm very tempted to just hand the other page over to Gail and say, you take it over, and I'm, having to find my own identity in a way. And I think that's part that I'm going to find interesting, and a little bit of soul searching to find my identity, what I want to portray. Yeah.
I think that's the best idea ever, because you are a completely different person. You've got a totally different energy from Gail, and you are attracting a whole lot of different people. So your tribe is going to be completely different from her tribe. So I would definitely look at creating your own page separate from her. I definitely think that's a really good strong point. And when you talk about not sure about how you are going to create that, look at your Facebook page. You're vibrant, what you're doing on your Facebook page, you could put into your business page. I mean, the same energy. I'm not saying the same stuff,
Yeah, yeah,
content, but certainly the same energy.
yeah.
So, you know, you're vibrant, you're energetic, you're courageous. You know, there's all these things that you can use for your values that you can create a business name from. So just write words down that kind of work for you, that feel right for you.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I want to, as I say, it's a matter of just trying to find that niche, whether I want to work with the ladies that are going through menopause like I am at the moment, that have still got teenagers in the house, whether I want to delve into the spiritual Celtic side of things. But I think at the moment, in the stage of my life, I'm feeling really strongly that, yeah, I'm nearly 50. I've found something that I enjoy. I'm doing exercises again. So I want to work around those kind of ladies. Yeah. They're
So
the kind
that
of people
feels
I'm
right
trying
for
to
you.
attract.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that feels right for you, Sarah. So something that I will say that whoever any of us work with, it's got to resonate with us. So remember that we've got to be able to relate to these people, and these people have got to be able to relate to us. So
Yeah.
the best kind of people to be attracting are the people who are like us. So if we feel comfortable in our skin doing a certain thing and being a certain way, then we want to attract those people too. So attract those people. That's my tribe too. That's my tribe too. It's people that, you know, that it is women who are going through menopause, who are, you know, their kids are leaving home, so they're starting to feel like, oh, they're in a transition where they're going, well, that was my life and now I've got a new life, and what does that life look like? You know, and it can be quite scary. So for you, that's your tribe. So if that feels good to you, doesn't mean you can't do the spiritual side. You can certainly throw that in as well, because that's me as well.
Yeah.
So just find those values and then just work with those. Because when you're strong in them, you're going to attract people. You're going to attract them. There's no problems there.
Because I am on a lot of menopause support pages, and I've actually added a lot of friends onto my Facebook page through these pages.
Yeah.
Because sometimes on those pages it just says add friends, so I've gone in, had a little look. Oh yeah, I'll add you. And so I haven't actually splouted about the business or the product on those pages. I've invited them to my page to see what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And to create a friendship there.
That's a good idea. That's a great idea, Sarah. Yeah, that's awesome.
Okay, looks like I've got a phone call to make to Gail.
Yeah. I think that's the best thing to do, and then then Gail can create her own business page based on who she's wanting to attract.
Yeah,
you're right. She's totally, and you know, when you look at your Facebook page and Gail's Facebook page, completely different.
Yeah.
Two very different women.
Oh, we are. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I second that? What Tanya said?
Yeah.
Sarah, it's time to step up, baby doll. Out of your comfort zone. Your sister will always be there, but your personality is vastly different. It's like apples and oranges.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that. Stop hiding.
I'm not hiding. I'm the one person that does not hide. I don't like hiding away. But yeah, I think out of respect to Gail, I think she needs to be able to develop her own personality in there as well. So
she does. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, whoever's attracted to you is going to be very different from the person who's attracted to Gail. So kind of hobbling each other by clinging together, really.
Yeah.
You're both going to be able to fly and spread your wings if you've got your own thing going.
That's right. Now, with your business page, is it made as public so therefore anybody can see it? How are you ladies working it?
Yeah, well, it's just public anyway. You don't get to choose. It just goes out anywhere. And then when you and then it just kind of goes into, I don't know how it works. It just kind of gets thrown into the general news feed of most people. And I find that I'm getting likes all the time on my page. But a lot of them are because your ads going out there, like your ads going out into Facebook groups automatically and out just into the general news feed. I find that people who see my ad will go to my page. They won't necessarily apply for the job, but they will like my page. And so they're still seeing my posts, And, you know, who knows, one day they might go, okay, I'm going to apply for this. Now I want to know more about what she's doing. So it's also a way of attracting a whole lot of people who you wouldn't normally be attracting on your personal page.
Yeah.
Who will still be watching you. Yeah. Great.
Awesome.
Any more questions?
Not related to the business page, but just
Yep.
with the FHS, and it's from 4 to 18.
Yep.
Is it being the 18th birthday? When's the cutoff? When they turn 19 or when they turn 18?
I thought it was when they turn 19, but it's when they turn 18.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks for that.
Okay, any more questions?
If anyone has any brilliant ideas about my new name, just send them on through for consideration.
Okey-dokey.
Because
I
I'm not
had-
allowed to be a junkie anymore.
No, you're far too good to be a junkie, Cax.
I
You
had
should
this
be.
vision.
You should be royalty, actually.
Yeah.
I've taken down a few of the. I've written all of these words down. They'll go into my brainstorm.
Great.
And Sarah, the same applies to you too. You've got a whole team to
likewise.
support you.
Yeah. Throw me some ideas, guys. You obviously got to know my personality over the last 6 months, so just throw me some ideas.
God, has it only been 6 months?
Oh,
Yeah, it's only been 6 months.
Feels like you've been here for years.
Oh, thank you. It feels like it has been too. I
Yeah.
definitely think you need to keep Thrive in there though, but yeah, maybe Thrive Queen or something like that. But I agree with Thrive Baroness. Yeah, something royalty, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think thrive is a great word. It really expresses what we're talking about. It's just unfortunately this other bloody product has become a bit well known, you know.
Yeah.
I was thinking of
Maybe
you.
that's a good thing. I'll start attracting all those other thrive people that are accidentally coming to my page for the